بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين أما بعد يا عباد الله. Brothers and sisters, during this month of Ramadan, in creating more linkage or bondage between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we need to engage or indulge ourselves within this month with things that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of us, you wouldn't see any difference between his Ramadan life and the life outside Ramadan. The same hours he uses for his works, the same thing he does outside Ramadan is the same thing. There is no change. And it's not like, oh, what he has been doing is the best. No, he's doing the worst. His life, his mindset, his whole life is all about money, 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 work, money, money, money. During this month, my brother, you need to psych yourself. You need to make time for ibadah. You need to make time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your life shouldn't always be money, 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 money lives. No, 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 no. There should be time for ibadah, time for work, time for money, time for resting, time for engagement, time for everything. There should be difference in your life as you are observing the month of Ramadan and when you are outside the month of Ramadan. We should see difference in your life. It shouldn't be like, oh, in the month of Ramadan, I go to work from morning till evening. After that, I go to my friends. We talk about nonsense. We do what and what and what and what. And it's the same thing. We should reshape our lives. We should time everything in Ramadan. We should see change in our Ramadan routine and outside Ramadan routines. So sometimes you need to even create your own chart, your own personal chart. You need to be marking yourselves. First of all, at the end of the day, you mark yourself. Were you able to observe all the 5 daily prayers with the congregation? Then you mark yourself yes or no. Were you able to lower your gaze on haram? Yes or no, you mark yourself. Were you able to give charity, to give sadaqah, to give offering to the needy? Yes or no, you mark yourself. Were you able to feed people to break their fast on your money or your sweat or your support or your help, or you rendered any service to the community? Yes or no, you mark yourself. Were you able to read some Quran every day? Were you able to meet your targets for the Quran, your daily target for the Quran? You mark yourself yes or no. Were you able to make time to listen to the scholars, to listen to the teachings of Islam, to listen to the tafsir, to listen to the Ramadan lessons? You mark yourself yes or no. You know it best. Were you able to guide your children to Islam? Were you able to take them to masjid? You mark yourself. Then you ask yourself a question. What really got changed for the day in my life? Oh, today I was able to read much Quran. I give sadaqah. I did this and that, which I wasn't doing before Ramadan. Then it's a credit to you. It's a plus. So you need to make a self-assessment, a daily assessment for yourself. So before you go to sleep, you ask yourself various questions of your daily activities. What you did good, what you did wrong. Then you'll be marking yourself. And the next day, you observe that same protocol and make sure that those you failed in, you shouldn't fail in the same items the next day. You should make sure that you correct them. So you keep on correcting them day after day, day by day, so that at the end you will meet a good target by pleasing Allah with your ibadah. So you need to set up a timetable for yourself. You need to give yourself self-assessment. You need to assess yourself to know where you've gotten it right and where it has been still wrong. So you can make your own chart per your daily life, per your daily activities. And even after Ramadan too, you can use that same chart to monitor your life. Those Taraweeh prayers, have you been taking part? Some will give excuses. At that time, I'll be at the workplace, what. So after the work, what do? Can't you pray it on your own? Can't you join together with your family, your children and wife to also pray it together with your friends, together with your neighbors? You can also do something, at least even something small. It shouldn't be zero. For the whole month of Ramadan, maybe you attended Taraweeh 2 times or 1 time. And some of us too, at the beginning of the month, oh, the masjid is full. After the first day, second day, third day, after the 5th day or the first week, the number will start reducing from hundreds, from double digit to single numbers. Then later, the imam and some few people, most elderly people, will be left at the masjid to be observing those tahajjud and taraweeh. We all need to make time for ibadah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create the jinni and ins, meaning the mankind, the sons of Adam, except for them to worship me. I don't need from them any wealth or any money or any cash. And I don't need from them to feed me as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because He owns everything. He has everything, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So He doesn't need anything from us except for us to worship Him, to please Him. That's all what Allah needs from us. So as we are observing this month, we need to rechannel our lifestyle. We need to reshape our life so that at least we can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the little that we can do to get the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that one day, when we die and we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are sure Jannah is our final destination, inshallah. But you cannot get Jannah if you don't work for it. Now we are now doing the exams. We are now writing the exams. So we have the chance to do more, to answer more, to do the corrections, to cancel what we think is not going well with us before submitting our papers, which is our death. So when you die, meaning you've submitted your papers and you await the results at Qiyamah. So if you did good, then you meet good. In kana khayran fa khayr, or in kana sharran fa shar. Then if you also did bad too, you meet your reward for doing those bad things you did. So it's time for us to reshape our life, to give ourselves personal assessment so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy with us one day. And we will also be happy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day. So the Prophet ﷺ, when he talked about Jannah, and he said to his Sahaba, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, وَلَدَيْنَا مَزِيد. After the believers enter Jannah, Allah said He has addition to add them. Then the Sahaba asked the Prophet ﷺ, what is this addition? What is this mazid that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said? Then he said to them, ru'yatullah, to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes when you see somebody you loved, when you see somebody you like, when you see your family, your children, your parents, more especially when you are away from them for a longer time, you feel happy, you feel excited. What about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You'll be much excited, more than expected. That alone is a blessing, seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The same thing applies. Sometimes when you see a very nice guy or a very beautiful person or woman, more especially if it's your wife, you feel excited and feel happy within your hearts. So the happiness of seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala overpass all this happiness in dunya. So we supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with seeing Him, inshallah, in Jannah. May Allah reward us together. With this, we bring this episode to an end, and inshallah, we shall meet in another episode. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.